How would you describe a world where devastating volcanoes erupt and burning lava shoots hundreds of miles into space like deadly fireworks? This is LO, Jupiter's satellite. In this video, we will uncover the latest images from NASA's discovery of the strange satellite that will leave you awestruck. So hold on tight as we take a journey to Jupiter. First, let's take you back in time where it all began. NASA launched Juno back in 2011 on what seemed like an impossible mission to get as close as possible to Jupiter without getting fried by its deadly radiation. After flying 2.8 billion kilometers in 5 solid years, Juno finally entered Jupiter's orbit in 2016. Its primary mission was to fly 35 polar orbits around the giant planet. Juno completed the mission in 2021, but was reassigned on another breathtaking journey of 42 more orbits around Jupiter. This was when an astonishing discovery was made. The spacecraft made dangerously close flybys toward Io, Jupiter's third largest moon, a world with the most volcanic activity in the entire solar system, on December 30th, 2023 and February 3rd, 2024. Juno came within just 1,500 miles of Io's surface, closer than any spacecraft had dared since 2001. Now, that might sound pretty far, but from outer space, this distance could melt the bones of a human in seconds. The discoveries Juno made during encounters on this hellish moon weren't just images of intense volcanic eruptions, but something even more extraordinary than you can ever imagine. Way back in 1610, over 4 centuries ago, Galileo Galilei first discovered Io through his tiny telescope, alongside 3 other objects close to Jupiter. One of them was Ganymede, the largest moon in our solar system. The other 2 satellites, Europa and Callisto, are suspected to host extraterrestrial life. However, Io proved to be the most remarkable discovery. This yellow-orange world has over 400 active volcanoes dotted across its scary surface, all erupting at the same time. Some of these volcanoes reach dozens of kilometers into the sky, but all these were only possible by tidal heating. What this explains is that the planet Jupiter is so massive that its gravitational force, 2.5 times stronger than Earth's, constantly stretches and squeezes Io like a stress ball. So every time Io orbits around Jupiter, it gets stretched and flexed in different directions, generating immense heat through friction. The entire moon constantly melted from the inside out, but constant heat is what caused volcanic activities across Io's surface for billions of years. This pressure produces smooth lakes of lava, hot enough to melt copper, sulfur snow falling from toxic skies, and volcanic explosions that shoot burning rocks into space. Earth's worst volcanic eruptions are only tiny firecrackers compared to what happens on Io every single day. Now, scientists used Juno's microwave radiometer instrument, originally meant for looking through Jupiter's clouds, to actually peek beneath Io's volcanic surface and catch sufficient data for mapping out the satellite's landscape. The Juno cam only took regular photos, while the infrared camera could see the heat signatures of volcanic hotspots beyond its core. It's really insane when you try to imagine it. Juno was flying at thousands of miles per hour, with only minutes to capture everything before the radiation started cooking its circuits. But those few minutes were enough to change everything. The first photo discovery that hit scientists was a volcanic hotspot in the southern hemisphere of Io. To put it in context, the unnamed hotspot is not only larger than Earth's Lake Superior in North America, but it also shoots out eruptions radiating over 80 trillion watts of energy, 6 times the total energy of all the world's power plants put together, making it the most powerful volcanic eruption ever recorded on Io. This insane discovery happened on December 27, 2024, with the help of Juno's Jovian Infrared Auroral Mapper (JIRM) instrument. Scientists are still trying to figure out what could cause such an extreme eruption in a world that's already the most volcanic place we know. Was this a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence, or is Io getting even more violent than we thought possible? Now, while it's extraordinary to capture an event that rewrites the record books, this discovery will certainly improve our understanding of volcanism. not just on Io, but on other worlds as well. But this is only a glimpse of what's coming next. Juno's infrared camera also revealed something that maybe shouldn't exist. Lakes made of molten lava, dozens of them, as wide as 10 to 100 kilometers. But the most stunning is a massive lava lake called Loki Patera, which is about 200 kilometers wide. Based on the photos captured by Juno, the lake's surface appears smooth and reflective in Juno's heat-sensing cameras. This means the lava has cooled down fast, forming some obsidian rock like smooth glass. The discovery shows how magma moves beneath Lo's surface and feeds these lakes. It constantly overturns and reshapes the landscape of the moon. Between Juno's visits, just months apart, entire chunks of the moon had been completely reshaped by fresh lava flows. It's a really incredible process, nothing like anything we've seen on Earth. Juno also caught something really fascinating, a new volcano just south of Lo's equator. You see, since tidal heating from Jupiter causes Lo's volcanic activity, most volcanoes are in the moon's equatorial region, within about 30 degrees north and south of the equator. We can tell that this is a fresh volcano because NASA's Galileo mission in 1997 only saw a flat surface during its flyby across the region. Although we don't know its name just yet, the new volcano is near an existing volcano called Kanahekeli. JunoCam's image from April 2024 shows multiple lava flows and volcanic deposits covering an area of about 180 kilometers by 180 kilometers. This new volcano shoots sulfur far into space, which then falls back onto Lo's surface, staining red the areas to the east. On the western side, we can see two dark streams of lava run for about 100 kilometers, forming a pool at the farthest point possible. On October 15, 2023, NASA's Juno spacecraft captured this image of Lo with a visible volcanic plume standing out from the darkness, just below the terminator line. The line dividing day and night, the plume appears to be coming from the volcano Prometheus. The Prometheus volcano is no discovery, as it has been seen repeatedly in images captured way back since 1979. Voyager was the first to capture an image of this volcano, made of gigantic caldera and lava flow, emitting a ring-shaped plume, often described as Old Faithful due to its constant visibility. The plume rises high into space at about 75 kilometers above the surface, casting a dark shadow below the volcanic vent. However, on February 3, 2024, Juno captured a photo of another plume rising from the same volcano at about 3,800 kilometers away. Well, it's not clear yet if this plume is from the same volcano or just another volcano very close to the Prometheus. These remarkable discoveries captured in this video are only pointers to the unthinkable realities that exist in the unexplored parts of our solar system. Now you can imagine what will be uncovered in the next decade. But there's something even more interesting here. Lo proves that moons can be just as interesting as planets, maybe even more so. The heat that drives Lo's volcanoes comes from gravitational squeezing, not from the heat that built up when the solar system was formed. This matters for finding life in space. If tiny Lo can stay hot and active just from being squeezed by Jupiter, then maybe other moons around other planets are doing the same thing. Maybe some of them even have the right conditions for life to exist, like Saturn's moons Titan and Enceladus. As you can already predict by now, Juno isn't done with Lo yet. Juno's mission, which began in July 2021, will come to an end in September 2025, and it will continue to study Lo as part of its investigation of the Jovian system. The spacecraft will continue making close passes, watching how this volcanic world changes over time. Future missions to Jupiter, like the upcoming Europa Clipper, set to arrive at Jupiter by 2030, will also keep an eye on Lo. But actually landing on Lo? Well, that's still science fiction that might take centuries to become a reality. These latest photos of our solar system's most fierce moon, a world that shouldn't exist but does. But for scientists, if Lo can be this extreme, what other crazy worlds are out there waiting to be discovered? In a universe with billions of planets and moons, how many other volcanic nightmares are painting their skies with fire? This is only the beginning.